Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of the In Wheel Time car show that airs live every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central. It's the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Just ahead, we're going to talk to Steve Yariv with Dealer's Choice Auto Transport about getting your car moved without driving it.
All right. Magic.
Plus, Conrad's going to have the In Wheel Time Car Clinic, and it's going to be on Shelby's?
Shelby Ford products.
Okay, very good. And we'll have this week's automotive news. That's later on. Howdy along with Mike. Nope, Mike's not here. It's David Ainsley filling in for Mike today. One of those rare times that Mars is not here.
Yeah.
You know what's funny?
I'm glad he was here.
You know what's funny? Because I don't, Mars is rarely not here.
Very rare.
And so,
Need some time.
yeah, absolutely. Needs a little time every once in a while. So we appreciate everything that Mr. Mars does for
absolutely.
us. And we also have here with us Mr. King Conrad DeLong. And we always need more Jeff Zekin. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us on this Saturday morning.
And Wally.
Wally's here.
And Wally is here. And you're gonna find out all about Wally a little bit later on.
Wally.
That's it. Thank you. So do that again.
Sorry.
Hi, my name is Wally.
God. Steve, I don't know what you've called into this morning, but we're kind of waiting here to see if we can settle down enough to make it look like we're trying to be legit. But at any rate, Steve Yariv is with the Dealer's Choice Auto Transport Company, and we thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Steve's overdressed. He's got a jacket on.
Happy to be here.
Yeah. So is it cold up there? Is that why you're wearing the jacket? Or you thought that this was a different car show and you needed to put on a jacket and look really official?
You know, believe it or not, in Florida, when it hits 65 degrees, it's actually cold.
Yeah, that's right. So you're in Florida. And you have a company called Dealer's Choice Auto Transport. Okay, explain to everybody exactly what that is.
So Dealer's Choice is a nationwide transport company for automotive dealers, individuals, college students, military personnel that are going and shipping their vehicles throughout the entire country. That's what we did.
Okay, so you pick up the car wherever you were told to go to pick up the car, and you pick it up and put it on a transporter, an 18-wheeler, I assume.
Yeah. We have majority of the business is 18-wheelers, but we have a lot of small trucks that people want more of a private service where it's their car by itself, or, maybe they have, 2 cars and just put it inside a 2-car enclosed trailer and go.
Yeah, so they don't have to go out and buy or rent a trailer, right. And then how are you going to trailer it there?
Well, plus they have people with experience that know how to load it, tie it down, probably insurance so that they're covered while the vehicle's in movement. Now, do you physically own your transport vehicles, or do you contract that out?
Both.
Okay.
We actually own our own trucks and trailers and have our internal drivers, and then we have hundreds of drivers that are leased onto us with their own trucks and trailers, but everything goes via our insurance.
Oh, my gosh. So the logistics on that has got to be incredible. What do you got, a staff of 10 to keep all this stuff straight?
Oh, more than that. It's never ending. It's it's in wheel time, I guess.
There you go. How did you get into this business?
Interestingly enough, I was on Wall Street, and it was just an investment that I made in a little one-truck company.
Really?
And, yeah. Went from Wall Street to Main Street and learned the business on my own by meeting somebody, and learned the entire transport brokerage business on my own and figured it all out.
How many years ago was that, Steve?
21, going on 22 years now.
Wow. So you've got obviously more than enough experience to do this, and I assume that you transport anything from motorcycles all the way up to the most expensive car in the world.
Well, absolutely. We are known to be the number one transport company for all the exotic and highline dealers throughout the country.
Yeah. And I guess when it comes to moving oddball stuff, you do that too, as far as, competitive trucks with great big wheels on them and that sort of thing. And you send people to where they're going to start the shipment there, and they are obviously the final deciders as to whether the thing is going to fit on the transport or if they need something else.
Usually when it's the oddball unit, we ask for photographs, measurements, and we'll get the right trailer there to pick it up.
Yeah.
We don't make mistakes. We've learned over time what needs to get done, what needs to show up.
So as
long as the measurements are correct.
how many vehicles did you move last year or the year before, just as a raw number?
Ballpark anywhere from 20 to 25,000 cars a year.
Can you name some of your clients, or is that a privilege thing?
No, absolutely. Coincidentally, Shelby America, which you just mentioned a little while ago, we ship the vehicles from their facility in Las Vegas to the dealerships. Braman Motor Cars, Eurocar Orange County, Iluso in Orange County. There's thousands of them. We were Raketina, Fort Lauderdale Collections, Holman Automotive Group.
Oh, wow.
The list goes on and on.
Are your transports mostly enclosed?
About 80%.
80%.
Is the volume of your business the wholesale side of it or the individual retail side of it?
In the beginning, it was majority on the wholesale side. And over time, as you grow with the dealerships, you end up with a tremendous amount of the retail business from the dealership to the consumer. And then the consumer becomes a client because they're a snowbird shipping their vehicle from the Northeast to Florida from Washington, Oregon down to California or Arizona where they spend their winters, and then shipping the vehicles back. So the business has evolved over time tremendously.
So are you domestically based, or do you do international shipping as well?
We just do domestic.
Okay.
Yeah. I've got a friend of mine that has gotten into buying and selling, or flipping, if you will, exotic cars. And you would think that Houston being such a big market here, that he would get them from here. But no, he gets them all over the United States, wherever the deal may be, and has the car shipped here. And I assume that in that particular model, if you will, that you'd find a lot of business in that industry, where somebody, especially with things booming online now, online sales, somebody buys a car. For instance, we do Hemmings.com sales every week, and we make our guesses as to what the car sold for and that sort of stuff. But if I bought, let's say, a 57 Chevrolet out of New York, then I have no way, and not only that, but I wouldn't drive that car all that way down here. And I guess that's a good chunk of your business too.
Yeah, absolutely. Bring a Trailer today has become one of the largest sites where people go and list cars for sale and go to buy cars.
And you're the one with the trailer they bring, right?
Yeah, I'm the one that they bring. You guys, if you're in Houston, and we do a tremendous amount of business in Houston with a lot of the exotic and highline dealers in the area, from Lamborghini and Ferrari and Porsche, the entire Indigo group we do business with over there in Houston. And I can tell you that a lot of cars move in and out of that state. It's the third largest market in the country.
Wow.
Well, I could think of several people that I know personally that go to, for instance, Hemmings, and they'll buy something like a 57 Chevy that I mentioned and have it shipped here. And I would imagine that you guys do a damage-free move and guarantee it. And, once they feel comfortable with somebody like yourself, they'll tell another friend, and somebody else tells somebody else. And I bet you word of mouth is huge for you.
It's tremendous. That is our entire business has been word of mouth. This year, the year hasn't ended, and we're up 33% for the year.
Wow.
So do you work with like the Meekums and the Barrett Jacksons of the world?
We're there at all the auctions. We're constantly there. We have representatives that show up to get ready to schedule the truck to ship the vehicle out as soon as the transaction is finalized.
I think I'd have to be a desk inside the auction somewhere that says, hey, transport your vehicle here. Do you do that? Is that how it works?
Yeah, some of them we do. We'll have a tent sitting over there. But the vast majority of the clients just seem to know us. They see the Dealer's Choice logo, and they just walk up and hand over their gate release and tell us, hey, ship this car, and this is where it's going.
Well, not that you'd want to leave Florida, but do you ever go yourself and have a good time with all of us crazy car people?
Absolutely.
Are you a crazy car person too?
I am. I'm a fanatic.
What are you driving?
Cars, from the classics to the exotics. I've got a handful of exotics myself, and I continue to acquire them as I feel, it's my time.
So the online purchase phenomenon has really helped your business as well.
Yeah, I could say, and I think every dealer can say the same thing. COVID was the greatest thing for our industry.
Oh, Lord.
Which is crazy.
I'm just going to say, I don't know as if I'd brag too much about that, but it certainly makes sense, and I understand.
What it's done, the entire world has learned to shop online.
Right.
I mean, the grocery stores are filled with people, with shoppers, not with the actual consumer.
Correct.
There's shopping for them.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, it's
shopping.
harder to get around in my grocery store now because of the individual shoppers.
And they got those big carts and
the
everything.
big carts, yeah, exactly. And I guess it's the same thing in the automotive business. What do you do if you have an issue? Let's say the transporter breaks down, or the car that is on the way to me had to be moved off the transporter to make room for another car, get another car off, and you can't get it back on. What do you do in things like that?
Things can happen. There's no question about it. Sometimes, we have to pick up a vehicle and have to unload it and reload it based on, where the vehicle fits in the trailer. We don't like it to get loaded once and never moved again, but that's, 95% of the time. You will have, a 5% possibility that your vehicle will get unloaded once to get put into another position in the trailer. Especially in the event that, you're the third drop, but the car is blocking.
Right.
And they have to unload your vehicle to move a vehicle, to take your vehicle off, to release, let's say, your vehicle, and then they have to reload the other customer's car.
So do most of your cars take a one-way trip, or do you relay a lot of them around?
99% go one direction.
Wow.
Sometimes, what we'll have is we'll do an event or a rally where you are trailing the vehicle or loading and unloading it, taking it from event to event. When we had to do the launch of the new BMW M3, we had to unload the car to dealership, reload it up, take it to the next dealership the next day, and went in a big circle. Same thing we did with Lotus on their recent cars that they're releasing. So you have to go from dealer to dealer and just load and unload it.
Do you
name dropping BMW and Lotus is good?
It is good.
Where in Florida are you?
Palm Beach.
Oh, okay.
Do you have obviously transporters that have multiple cars on them? Do you wait for the transporter to get loaded with a full load before it comes to Houston, or you might have some open spaces on it? How does that work?
We're an extremely busy outfit, so we don't have much downtime of waiting to try to get loaded. Generally, if our 6-car carrier is going to go to Houston and Dallas, San Antonio, coming out of Florida, I'll have them loaded within 48 hours and en route.
Wow.
And delivered within 48 hours.
And I would imagine that you'll have some that'll have a space on it because you left the space in there to pick up a car up in Tallahassee.
Oh, absolutely. But most of the time, if there's an emergency, the car needs to get there, we will leave with an open spot, come hell or high water. To us, it's more important to get the job done than to worry about the extra unit.
Yeah. Well, like I said at the beginning of this, the logistics and trying to get all of this situated, get the truck, get it loaded.
There's so many things in motion that you're trying to coordinate them all to get to different places. Your strategist.
And what everybody forgets, guys, let me tell you, what everybody forgets is the experience of the driver.
Yeah.
Just can't hire anybody to just get in these cars that nobody's familiar with.
Oh, true.
They're going to load it onto a trailer and strap it down. You'd be surprised.
Is your pricing structure done on the mileage traveled, or is it by the value of the car?
We do it by the mileage. We're pretty much we're a flat rate. If we're going from Florida to Texas, it's just a set rate generally for the Tri-City area.
So if somebody was interested in transporting a car, how could they find you guys online?
Just go to dcat.com, which is D as in dealer, CAT.com.
So that's for Dealer Choice
Dealer
Auto
Choice.
Transport. That's the
Dealer's Choice Auto Transport.
nomenclature for it.
The
Yeah.
one.
Very cool. Very good. So you've got, obviously you're in the office today.
I'm here.
All right. So are you, you're 24/7 or are you just a 5-day a week?
No, we're open Monday through Saturday for all phone calls to take orders. Sundays, we shut down. Everybody needs a break.
Yep.
To clear their minds.
Do you have offices here in Houston?
Not in Houston. We have an office in right here in Palm Beach, Florida. Another one also in Rancho Mirage, California.
Rancho Mirage,
Oh, boy.
California. Yeah.
From one extreme to the other. There you go.
Well, you got that'll pretty much take care of everything from one end of the country to the other.
Yeah,
But I noticed,
absolutely.
I do notice that they're warm climates. And are you a New Yorker originally?
I am.
And well, that says it all. And we know where you are now because, I think I could go for the year-round, 70, 80-degree weather. There's no doubt about it.
He is a snowbird.
Well, what is your daily?
I am.
What is your daily driver?
What is your daily driver, Steve?
My daily is go to back and forth to work is a brand new 7 Series BMW, and then I have my
Of course it is.
Lamborghini, I have my Ferrari, I have my Porsche.
Because Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is a different car.
When
Ferrari.
he's feeling like
Yeah.
it. Yeah, exactly. Well, it's great to talk to you, Steve, and thank you so much for filling us in on what has turned out to be a very lucrative and important business for you. Coming off of Wall Street, the guy goes and gets into the business and
With one truck.
With one truck,
Yeah.
22 years later, and he's doing nationwide stuff. And we congratulate you on a job well done, my friend.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you.
cool.
We'll hope to
bet.
talk to you again soon. All right. So let's go. Steve Yariv, Dealer's Choice Auto Transport.
That's self-made.
I've
self-made
put their
guy.
link up on our social media. Pretty cool. That's a lot of people are looking for somebody that can transport a vehicle, and you definitely want somebody with experience and knowledge and insurance to cover it.
Well, the other thing is with him, it's really the connections because he uses so many freelancers, if you will, that do 18-wheelers and specialize in automotive transport. And those are the guys that really make his
That do
business.
the work.
Yeah, that do the
He's
work
making
that
the
he
connections,
trusts.
right.
And I think that, if I'm going to move my $50,000 investment from Kentucky to Houston, I'm going to use him because he's got the connections with the guys that know how to do it.
Yeah, it's a peace of mind.
Yeah. And not mess up my car. Listen, I wouldn't trust me because I'm not in that business and I don't know. I'd strap it down the wrong way and have the thing hanging out of the side of
There
the
you go
of
with
the
your strap-ons
transporter.
again.
Yeah, that's right. Well, we won't go there. Time now for, Conrad's Car Clinic. We were talking about Shelby's.
Well, yeah, we started with Mr. Norm and the car that we had at Autorama that won its class.
Did we tell everybody that?
Yes.
Okay.
No, we didn't.
Well, we did on social media.
No, I know, but we didn't. We really didn't.
We should back that up.
We should.
Yeah.
So let's back up and remind everybody. If you didn't know or didn't see, we had the 1965 Dodge Coronet, Jim
Coronet
Tilley's
500.
car. And it was a Mr. Norm car. Mr. Norm was a dealer in Chicago that hot-rodded factory cars when he got them to the dealership. And there weren't, in overall terms, there weren't that many of them made. And Jim took the car and completely redid it in its original form,
And this
except
is a
for the wheels.
426 wedge.
Yeah, wedge motor in it. And the judges deemed it worthy of a first place award.
Yeah.
And we were really proud and proud for him to get the award.
Stunning
He got
car.
He had 2 awards.
Stunning car.
Yes, he did. I don't remember what the second award was, but it was a
in
cash
his
award.
Being in the
Division-
best booth.
The booth, no, it wasn't the booth. But
There were 2.
But that's kind of started my thought of the conversation of, and you had done a piece on who Mr. Norm was and
Right.
Grand Spalding Dodge up in the Chicago area. And then I followed it up with the Chevy guys and Dickie Harrell and the Yankos and the Baldwin and all of those. So I thought, the other one of fame is Carroll Shelby. We got to remember Shelby started with the Ford products building Mustangs. The GT350 seen here was a 65 model car. All of them in 65 were white with a blue stripe. That was the choice, and they all started life as a 289 with the K code hypo motor in them, and then Shelby put on his own. He had his own exhaust manifolds created for him that were kind of like this tri-Y header, and he put a high-rise intake manifold on them and a 325 CFM Holley carburetor, and the output went from 271 to 306 horsepower at a 6,000 RPM red line. And that was kind of where Shelby built his thing. And then in 66, Shelby started adding some other colors and stuff to the cars. But I thought one of the cool things about 66, the GT350, was not just the change of colors, but also the relationship with Hertz Rent-A-Car. And Shelby produced 1,373 fastbacks in 1966, and
That's my favorite there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good looking car.
and then the GT350H, which was the Hertz cars that were sold to Hertz, and you could rent them from Hertz. There was 1,003 of those that were delivered to Hertz for rental, and it was where the phrase was coined, rent-a-racer. That was about this car. And come to find out through the years, that rent-a-racer car, a lot of people would go rent the car, jerk the motor out of it, put a regular 289 in it, and return
send
the
it
car
back,
to Hertz.
Man.
Also in 66, Shelby played around with, that was the first time they offered an automatic in the car, but they also offered an optional Paxton supercharger. Pretty cool that the small little differences between the 66 and 65 and 66 cars were there, but Ford, in order to help Shelby's sales, Ford, a major stakeholder, that extra 1,000 cars that were sold to Hertz was because Ford owned Hertz at the time.
Don't you wish that you had one of those cars?
350H, that would be my Shelby of choice.
I think I've only seen in all the years a couple of those.
There was two of the Hertz Rent-A-Racers at Autorama in a booth not far from
I saw that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. There were some differences in them, but the limited slip differential was an option. You would think in those cars, the Shelbys, that the limited slip would be standard. In 67, the Mustang changed.
Why did he do
It got a
that?
little- Well, it was just about price. It was just trying to manage the price of the
Gotcha.
vehicle.
And volume and production.
Right. And then in 67, the car got bigger, and Shelby got bigger along with it. He went from the GT350, he added a GT500. And the GT500s came with the 428 Police Interceptor engine. And they say there was a couple of Shelbys that were actually sold with the 427 side oiler engines in them as well. And there were some things about the car you could identify. I've seen one of those, and it was here in Houston, one of the 427 side oiler cars. So again, Shelby was trying to create that wow factor, the halo car for Ford, and he did a great job of it. There were some other unique vehicles that were built in the 67 model year. Little Red, which was discovered on a farm field in March of 2018, was a Shelby notchback that they never produced, but Shelby had one made for himself, and that was found not that long ago here in Texas. And then they also started releasing the GT5 350 and 500 convertibles in that time period as well.
Is this a long report?
Yes.
He said he needed a couple minutes.
And then in 68, Shelby Cobra was applied to the vehicle. It was all just
Right.
Shelby GT350, GT500. In 68, they added the name Cobra to it because Ford had released the Cobra Jet motor. So now
I
Shelby
see.
wanted to bring
So the
Cobra in.
Cobra was related to the Cobra Jet motor.
Correct.
Gotcha. I never understood why. It was the Mustang
Right.
but a cobra.
Right.
So we got a horse and we got a snake.
And you know, the GT350 went from a 289 to a 302 in '68 as well. Again, producing more horsepower, and Shelby had his own unique features on it as far as the intake manifold and the headers to create more power from the production one. But the key point of that was the 428 Police Interceptor engine with the single 4-barrel carburetor or with the dual 4-barrel carburetors. You know, the hood scoop that was actually brought fresh air into the engine, and he included the sequential taillights, which I always thought was a cool feature.
I did too, yeah.
That was brought over from the Cougar,
Yep.
but was added to the Shelby products as well, and integrated the rear spoiler and the functional brake scoops, and a lot of that fiberglass parts were created for Shelby exclusively for his model line. And then we'll talk next week about Shelby also had a relationship when Lee Iacocca left Ford and went to Chrysler. Shelby came over and did some Chrysler products. We'll talk about those next week.
Okay, thank you, sir. One recall that I wanted to get in before the end of the show, and that is...
Sounds like your phone.
It was. Latest recall from Ram involves 142,000 plus pickup trucks for malfunctioning turn signals and high beams. The affected vehicles include model year 23, 1,500 pickups, and model year 23, 24, 2,500, 3,500, 4,500, 5,500 trucks. The issue concerns the steering column control module, which may cause the high beams to activate when the turn signal is used to activate the turn signal when the high beams are used. Additionally, the turn signal self-canceling feature may not function properly. Either can cause confusion or reduce visibility for other vehicles, including the risk of a crash. Dealers will inspect and, if necessary, replace the steering column control module for free. Owner is going to be notified by Ram parent automaker Stellantis January 17th, 2024.
See, and I thought they bought those parts from BMW because they never use their turn signals.
And the auto show's the 24th.
Quick break now, and we'll be right back here on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show.
You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com. The original group of Loopy Tortilla restaurants will have you telling your family and friends just what the original recipes mean when it comes to the best fajitas in Southeast Texas. Founder Stan Holt invites you to visit the original Loopy Tortilla near I-10 and Highway 6. Here's the original house that inspired the design of all the rest and the original charm that helped make Loopy Tortilla the go-to destination for Houston Tex-Mex. Speaking of original, nothing can compete with the original lime pepper marinade that everyone will agree makes Loopy Tortilla award-winning beef fajitas the best anywhere. Loopy Tortilla Katy is another location that gives you the same quality and service Houstonians have come to expect at Loopy's. It's located just off I-10 and the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard in Katy. Find yourself in Aggie Land? Head to the Loopy Tortilla in College Station, located just around the corner from Kyle Field. It's a great place to enjoy those famous frozen margaritas before or after the game. Headed east to Louisiana, stop in at the Loopy Tortilla in Beaumont. It too's on I-10. You can't miss it. The original group of Loopy Tortilla restaurants invites you in for the best Tex-Mex anywhere. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show is now part of the iHeart family. Now you'll have access to 24/7 Car Talk anytime you need a fix. Just download the iHeart Radio app and ask for In Wheel Time Car Talk, and there we are. Be sure to save us in your iHeart library for instant access. No matter where you are, you have the best Car Talk Show right on your PC, laptop, or mobile device and never have to worry about finding us again. Of course, you can always get access to our video and audio streams via InWheelTime.com and your favorite podcast channel, and all of this is free to you. From the iHeartRadio app, you'll not only hear our Saturday morning live show, but the best shows of the past, updated weekly. Never miss a minute of up-to-date new car reviews, pre-owned reviews, Conrad's Car Clinic, informative interviews, automotive news, and the most fun car talk show on the planet. Just download the iHeartRadio app, search for In Real Time Car Talk, save it to your library, and with a tap of the icon, you'll be in touch with your favorite Car Talk team. In Real Time Car Talk, streaming now on iHeart.com/In Real Time Car Talk. That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts.